You don't need more time. You need more truth, and here it is. You already know what to do. You already feel the pull. But hesitation is the thief. The voice that whispers, wait. The illusion that something more needs to come first. More motivation, more certainty, more perfect conditions. But here's the reality, none of that is coming. The world does not wait for you to feel ready. Success does not negotiate with your fear. You either move or you stay stuck. And every day you delay, you're training your mind to tolerate a life beneath your potential. Think about that. Every excuse becomes a brick in the wall between you and the version of yourself you claim to want. Every moment of procrastination is a silent agreement with mediocrity. But what if you flipped the script? What if action wasn't something you waited for? What if it was your nature? Discipline is not a punishment. It is the purest form of self-respect, the proof that you are not here to drift. You are here to build. Success is reserved for those who act, not for those who feel inspired, but for those who move through discomfort without asking for permission. Let that land. Because you will never think your way into confidence. You must move your way into it. You must act your way through the fog. Edwin C. Barnes did not wait for an invitation. He boarded a freight train, he walked into Edison's office, and he declared his intention. That is faith in motion. That is the decision that changes destinies. The world is not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to begin, and then begin again and again. Each step you take obliterates fear. Each action builds belief, because fear is not the enemy. Inaction is, and doubt is just what grows in the garden of delay. But when you truly decide, that your dream is non-negotiable, you stop checking how you feel. You stop asking if you're ready. You just move. This is the mindset that creates empires. This is what separates the dreamers from the doers. You want to win? Then act like it. Speak like it. Move like it. Be the person who no longer waits, who no longer negotiates with the lower self, who shows up rain or shine because their vision is bigger than their excuses. Burn this into your heart. Success doesn't come to the most gifted. It comes to the most committed, to those who show up when they don't feel like it, to those who put action above emotion. You don't need another sign. This is the sign. And so go now, and move like the universe already said yes. And what happens when you move? Something ancient wakes up. Something eternal stirs inside you, because you are not some fragile vessel waiting to be filled. You are a force waiting to be unleashed. Every drop of hesitation evaporates under the fire of action. Every step forward reclaims a piece of your soul. You're not building a habit. You're building an identity. Not the kind of person who tries, but the one who does, the one who finishes, the one who leaves no doubt. No more auditioning for your own life. No more rehearsing success while sitting still. This is the moment you break the cycle, the pattern of waiting, the lie of someday, because someday is a myth, and clarity is not a prerequisite, it's a reward for movement. Let action be your ritual. Let decision be your religion. Let momentum be your mentor. You are not weak. You are waiting. And waiting is the slowest form of self-sabotage. Move now, not with doubt, but with devotion, not with questions, but with command, because your dream is not lost, it's simply buried beneath layers of hesitation. And the shovel is action. Every dig, every push, every day unearths the you that the world has been waiting to see. We're not here to admire potential. We're here to awaken it. So take the next step, and the next, and the next, until you no longer recognize the sound of excuses, until your identity is forged in movement, not moods. You don't chase destiny. You build it, one bold move at a time. And the moment you decide you're done playing small, life listens, not with applause, but with challenge. It will test your resolve. It will throw storms at your foundation, because transformation demands pressure, and purpose demands proof. Anyone can declare a dream. Few are willing to prove it. So when adversity rises, don't shrink, expand. Meet the weight with willpower. Meet the resistance with resolve. Because this is not just about goals. This is about who you become through the pursuit of them. When others get distracted, you double down. When comfort calls, you hang up. And when your old self shows up with fear in hand, you say, not today. Today I act. Today I build. Today I align. Not with fear, but with power. Because fear has no seat at the table of destiny. It has a voice, yes, but it does not get the final say. You do. And the moment you own that, really own it, everything shifts. You stop trying to feel powerful and start choosing power. Every time you take action, you are casting a vote for your future. Every time you move forward despite fear, you are declaring, I am not here to be ruled by doubt. You are here to dominate your lane, to rise not occasionally, but consistently. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's the gym where greatness is trained. Let pain sharpen you. Let resistance sculpt you. Let uncertainty mold you into someone unstoppable. Because the man who acts with faith, the woman who builds through adversity, they don't just reach goals. They redefine what's possible. So stop waiting to become them. Decide that you already are, and from that place, live, lead, move. Like the universe already said yes, there will come a moment when the world gets quiet, when the noise fades, and when the only thing left is you and the decision to go back to what's safe or step into the fire. That fire is where your real life begins, not the life of comfort, but the life of calling. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you close the gap between who you've been and who you're becoming. And make no mistake, the real you is not soft-spoken. The real you does not apologize for ambition. The real you knows that fear is part of the price, but freedom is worth it. And the cost of staying the same, that's the most expensive price of all. So burn the plan B, silence the inner critic, outwork the old story, and when you stand at the edge, don't look down. Look ahead, because everything you want is waiting on the other side of action. One more step, one more leap, one more moment of decision. And now, deepen this identity, because greatness doesn't live in single moments. It lives in repetition. In who you choose to be on the days that are silent, not just the launch days, the lonely days, the early mornings, the quiet sacrifices, the hours no one sees. This is where you build something immortal. In the mundane, in the consistent, in the refusal to settle for average, resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about rising higher every time. It's knowing that rejection is redirection, that delays aren't denials, that pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. So building, brick by brick, with boldness in your blood and destiny in your veins. You are not chasing greatness. You are becoming it. Keep moving, keep building, keep believing. But let's stretch further now, because it's not just about a moment of courage. It's about what you build after the adrenaline fades. It's about vision, the ability to see what doesn't yet exist and treat it like destiny. Your vision must become more real than your past, more vivid than your doubts, stronger than your environment, because if you can see it clearly, consistently with emotion, you can begin to live it. Vision gives purpose to the pain. It makes discipline a devotion, not a demand. Wake up every day with the end in mind, not the end of the struggle, the end of transformation. Ask, who am I becoming? What does that version of me think, say, and do? Then live that answer. Before the world reflects it, before you see results, before anyone claps, because your life will always echo your self-image. And identity is built through repeated action, aligned with a higher standard. This is the power of daily mastery. Don't wait for breakthroughs. Build micro movements. Stack the disciplines. Sharpen your focus. Keep your rituals sacred. Because every rep is a message. Every early morning, every hard choice, every quiet hour of work, it all says, I know who I am becoming, and I refuse to delay it. Greatness is not an act, it's a lifestyle. And when your habits align with your vision, that's when momentum becomes identity. Do the work, then do it again, then again. Because your future is not a lottery, it's a structure, and every day you show up, you're pouring concrete into the foundation. That version of you that seems so far away, it's not far, it's built right here, in the quiet, in the daily, in the now. So begin again and again, until the world can't deny what you already decided. You act without fear, you move with purpose, and you rise relentlessly. Let's go even deeper, because beyond discipline and vision lies something more enduring. Self-trust, the inner agreement you keep with yourself, the voice that whispers, you've got this, even when no one's watching. When you trust yourself, you stop outsourcing your worth to the world. You stop begging for signs. You stop waiting for validation. You move from being reactionary to becoming revolutionary. You stop echoing the noise and start creating your own signal. But here's the truth. Self-trust isn't built through affirmations alone. It's earned. It's forged. It's proven through the fire of follow-through. Every time you show up when it's hard, you build it. Every time you finish what you start, you reinforce it. Every time you say, I will, and do, you strengthen it. The world rewards those who believe in their own power more than the opinion of others. And belief isn't born from comfort, it's born from challenge. So lean in, do hard things on purpose, expose yourself to friction, to effort, to stretch, not to suffer, but to remember, you are not made of excuses. You are made of potential. You are not defined by hesitation. You are defined by execution. You don't need to feel ready. You need to feel responsible for your gifts, for your calling, for your life, because someone out there is waiting for the impact only you can make, but they'll never feel it unless you move. So trust the whisper, honor the nudge, follow the inner pull, even if your hands are shaking, even if your knees are weak, especially then, because that's not fear, that's power asking you to rise. And you were made for this. Now let's bring it all together with a reminder. This is not about hype. This is about habits. Not about feeling inspired, but about becoming unstoppable. Not about waiting for a miracle, but about becoming the kind of person who makes miracles move. You don't need permission. You don't need another podcast or another quote. You just need a decision to align, to act, to become, right now, not tomorrow, not someday, because your power is always present. Your path is always one step away, and your moment is now. Act without fear. Move like the universe already said yes. And if you stumble, if doubt creeps in, return here, return to this voice, return to the version of you that already knows. Fear is temporary, but greatness is permanent. This journey isn't about arriving, it's about evolving. It's about showing up again and again until the world can't ignore who you've become. So leave the comfort, Leave the waiting. Leave the someday you behind, and choose with every breath to live like it's done, to act like you've already won, to walk as if the answer has always been yes. This is your turning point. This is your line in the sand. From this moment forward, let fear observe your rise. Let doubt witness your momentum. And let the world adjust to your power, because you're not asking anymore, you're declaring, you're deciding, you're becoming. One decision, one day, one act of faith at a time. You are not here to visit power. You are here to live in it, to embody it, to unleash it. So breathe in, stand tall, and take the next step. No more rehearsals, no more what-ifs, no more waiting. This is your moment. This is your voice. This is your life. Unapologetic, unstoppable, unshaken. Now listen, if there's one truth to carry with you beyond this moment, let it be this. Your life bends to the decisions you make in silence, in solitude, in stillness. It's not just the action that changes you, it's the intent behind it. The decision that says, I will rise, I will not retreat, I will become. And you may stumble, you may fall, but every step forward is progress. Every small act of courage compounds, builds, strengthens. You're not here to chase approval. You're here to fulfill a calling. You're not here to repeat the past. You're here to write the future. And if you ever doubt that, look in the mirror. That reflection, that's not a dreamer. That's a doer, a creator, a force, one who no longer waits for stars to align, because they are the alignment. One who doesn't ask the world for permission, but gives the world a reason to pay attention. That version of you is already inside, waiting, not for more knowledge, not for another sign, but for you to say, yes, yes to the work, yes to the climb, yes to the fire, yes to the life that only courage can unlock. So say it. Say it with your actions. Say it with your energy. Say it with your focus. Say it with your footsteps as they move relentlessly toward the vision. Say it until the old you no longer recognizes the new one. Say it until the universe echoes back your echo. Yes, yes, yes. Now go. Build what was meant to be built. Become who you were born to be. And never again ask for permission to rise, because you are not waiting for the world has been waiting for you. And if you truly want to master this, if you want to go from inspiration to incarnation, you must fall in love with the process, because the journey to your highest self is not a sprint. It's not a burst of passion. It's a marathon of purpose. It's showing up on the hard days, loving the days when no one claps, choosing excellence over ease. Remember, momentum is a reward for commitment. You do not wait for it, you earn it. With discipline, with vision, with radical ownership. Ownership means this: nothing changes unless you change. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is going to hand you your future. You must build it breath by breath. You must wake up every day and say, this is mine to create, mine to shape, mine to live. There will be pain, there will be resistance, but both are proof you're on the right path, because no one grows inside the lines of comfort. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not stretching you. If your goals don't demand more of you, it's time to ask more from yourself. So ask. Ask your mind to stay focused. Ask your body to stay strong. Ask your spirit to stay willing. And then answer that request with action. Consistent, conscious, relentless action. The kind that turns days into chapters, chapters into volumes, and volumes into a legacy. This isn't about getting there fast, it's about never stopping. Because mastery lives in momentum. And purpose is the power that fuels every step. You are not chasing success. You are building alignment. You are not seeking applause. You are listening to your own soul. And that soul is not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to be real, to be honest, to be all in. So go all in. Let the world feel your footsteps. Let your actions tell your story. And let your life become the proof that fear never stood a chance. Act without fear. Lead with truth. And leave a trail of possibility so bright, others will follow it just to find their own. This is your time. This is your fire. And this is how you rise. In case you ever forget why you began, close your eyes and go back to that moment. The spark, the pull, the ache to become more. That wasn't a fantasy. That was a signal. A message from the deepest part of you saying, this is who you really are. That version of you is not out of reach. They are forged in fire, born in action, and revealed in your decision to keep going. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be faithful. You don't have to know the whole path. You just have to take the next step. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that your mission matters more than your mood. So when doubt knocks, let clarity answer. When fear whispers, let fire reply. And when resistance shows up to test you, greet it with the words, I am still moving. Not just today, every day, because this is no longer something you try. This is who you are. This is what you do. This is how you win. Keep rising, keep reaching. Keep rewriting what's possible, because the version of you the world is waiting for only comes alive when you decide. This is it. This is the moment. This is the life I will no longer delay. And from this breath forward, I will act without fear. Because when the fire dims and the applause fades, what will carry you forward is not motivation, it's resilience. It's the quiet agreement you make with yourself that no matter the obstacle, you will not break. You will bend, you will pivot, but you will not stop. Resilience is the backbone of greatness. It's not flashy, it's not loud, but it is unshakable. It is built in the rain, not the sunshine. Forged in loss, not luxury. Sharpened in silence, not spotlight. And the world will test you. It will send winds against your vision. It will ask again and again, do you really want this? And your answer? It's not words, it's not speeches. It's the days you rise anyway. The mornings you move when it hurts. The nights you choose progress over comfort. You see, mastery is not one moment. It's the million choices you make in the dark. It's the invisible effort, the repetitions no one sees, the hours that compound, because success is never about luck. It's about endurance. And endurance is not born, it's built. So build it. Train your nervous system to lean into difficulty. Let your identity absorb the storm and still move forward. Let every setback be fuel. And through it all, protect the vision, not because it's easy, but because it's sacred. And this is where daily mastery comes in. Rituals over reactions, structure over struggle, consistency over chaos. Wake up with intention, not anxiety. Move with clarity, not confusion. Discipline is freedom. It removes the guesswork from greatness, because when you design your day, you design your destiny. You don't stumble into excellence. You engineer it. Your habits must match your hunger. Your routine must reflect your dreams. So ask yourself, what does the best version of me do daily? What are their standards, their priorities, their responses? Then live like it's law. Not once, not occasionally, but daily. And that's where mental toughness is born, not from grand gestures, but from grounded practice. It's the ability to show up sharp when your mood is dull, to remain focused when distractions scream, to hold your standard when no one is watching. Toughness is emotional discipline. It's keeping your promise to yourself. It's doing what's required even when it's not rewarded. Because let's be clear, the universe responds to the unwavering, To the ones who don't flinch, to the ones who stay the course long enough to let results catch up, you want the life few have? Then be willing to do what few do. Not just when it's easy, but especially when it's not. So double down on your rituals, elevate your environment, guard your focus like it's gold, and above all, build your mind, because when your inner world is disciplined, no outer world can defeat you. This is how legends are born. In the daily, in the silent, in the repeated choice to rise. So now you know, you don't need more time. You don't need more approval. You don't even need more clarity. You need to begin again, today. This is the standard now, not perfection, but pursuit, not arrival, but ascension, not hype, but honor. Live like it's done. Train like it's happening. Act like the universe already said yes. And let your life be the answer. And still, the journey calls for more. More intention, more strength, more soul. Because when the days get heavy and the path gets dark, you won't rise because it's easy. You'll rise because you trained for this. You condition your character to lead when others follow, to press forward when the crowd retreats, to be relentless, not reckless, focused, not frantic, committed, not curious. This is the realm of the few, the disciplined, the driven, those who have made discomfort their dojo and repetition their religion. They don't wait for the mood to be right. They move because their mission never sleeps. So remember this. You were not built to visit your vision. You were built to live in it, to breathe it, to sweat for it, to suffer for it if you must, because your dream is not decoration, it's destiny. And every minute you hesitate, someone else decides. Someone else takes the lead. And the space meant for you is claimed by someone bolder. Don't let that happen. Not because you fear missing out, but because you refuse to miss the mark you were born to make. So go. Now loud in your silence, calm in your chaos, steady in your storm, with your head high and your heart anchored, because this is more than a message. This is a movement, you becoming undeniable. But there's another layer, a force that underpins it all, faith, not blind belief, not hope laced with hesitation, but a deep inner certainty, a knowing, the kind that whispers in storms, I was made for this. Faith is the bridge between vision and reality. It is what you walk across when logic says, turn back. It is the fire in your chest when the world gives you every reason to quit. You don't need to see the full staircase. You just need to take the next step with conviction. Faith is not passive. It's not waiting and wondering. It's moving boldly, even with trembling hands. It's making the call, writing the script, launching the thing, not because it's guaranteed, but because you've decided. You've decided that your future deserves more courage than your past had fear, that your purpose is louder than your doubt, that what you are becoming is worth the stretch. Let your faith become ferocious. Let it speak through action, not just affirmation. Let it fuel the small steps, the quiet wins, the hidden work, because that is where a transformation is birthed. In the unseen, in the unbeautiful, in the days no one claps. The question is not whether you will be tested, it's whether you will respond with force or fold into fear. You are not a product of your circumstances, you are the product of your decisions. And faith, it's a decision, repeated, reinforced. And what does it look like? It looks like showing up. It looks like doing what matters before it's convenient. It looks like holding your vision when no one else can see it. That kind of faith builds empires. That kind of faith redefines what's possible. Now pair that with something even more rare, patience, because mastery demands time. And most people quit because they confuse progress with perfection. They want the mountain, but reject the climb. They want the result, but resist the repetition. But hear me, the climb is sacred. The repetition is holy. The delay is not denial, it's development. You must become the version of you who can hold the dream, who won't fumble the blessing, who won't sabotage the success. So while the world rushes, you root deeper. While the world sprints, you build stamina. While the world demands results, you refine your resolve. Because when the spotlight hits, you'll be ready, not surprised, not lucky, but steady, sharpened, sure. And that is how you rise with grace. That is how you grow into the future you already see, brick by brick, breathe by breathe, action by action. So take a breath and decide again. Decide to trust the invisible, to act with reverence, to lead yourself not just when it's easy, but especially when it's not. And above all, decide to become. Become the person who cannot be moved, who cannot be bought, who cannot be broken. Because that level of identity doesn't just shift your life, it shapes history. So live like that and keep rising. This is not the end. This is the ignition. You know the way now, forward. But let's go even further now into the mind, because mental leadership is where all transformation begins. It's the art of mastering the thoughts before they master you, of becoming the architect of your inner world so the outer world follows. Mental leadership is not about denying emotion, it's about directing it. It's not about avoiding fear, it's about understanding it and acting anyway. Every thought you allow builds. It builds a belief. That belief builds your identity, and your identity becomes your reality. So if you want a new life, you need new thoughts, not occasionally, but relentlessly. This is the work of inner revolution, of no longer being a victim of your mind, but its commander, of choosing the narrative, auditing the dialogue, and installing new patterns. I can handle this. I do hard things. I finish what I start. These are not slogans, they are seeds. And with repetition, they become your truth. So stand guard at the gate of your mind. Don't let every doubt stroll in and take root. Challenge the lie, replace it with direction. And more than anything, lead yourself before you lead a business, before you lead a movement, before you lead others, because the strongest leaders are those who rule their thoughts, who know how to sit in silence without collapsing, who respond, not react. This is your edge. This is your armor, the daily work that sharpens your focus, that aligns your actions with your aspirations. You want mental toughness? Practice mental leadership, not when it's convenient, but as a code. Every day ask, who's in charge here, my fear or my focus? And then choose. Because your destiny doesn't depend on perfect conditions. It depends on the condition of your mind, and that you control. So take that control, hold it close, and walk forward powerfully, patiently, on purpose. Now deepen that control with the final shift. Emotional sovereignty, the power to feel and not fold, to witness emotion and not waver, to experience intensity and stay intact. This is the mastery of the mature mind, the wisdom to know. Feelings are feedback, not commands. Feel fear, let it pass through. Feel doubt, thank it for its concern, then move anyway. Feel overwhelmed, breathe, then take the smallest step. Emotional sovereignty is not coldness. It's clarity. It's knowing that your state doesn't have to determine your story. You are allowed to feel, but you are not allowed to quit. You are allowed to cry, but you are not allowed to collapse. You are allowed to rest, but you are not allowed to retreat. Because this path is sacred, and you are sacred. So lead your thoughts, lead your emotions, Lead your life, not once, but always. Not until it's hard, but especially when it is, because this is the work that lasts. This is the legacy you build. This is how you rise and never fall the same again. Now, let's close with the fire of truth, the kind Napoleon Hill ignited in every page, every lecture, every declaration. That your mind is the master key. That thoughts become things. That desire that backed by faith and action becomes destiny. This is not fiction. This is physics of the spirit. This is how lives are transformed when you refuse to negotiate with fear and start writing your life in the ink of belief. Hill taught it best. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And you have conceived it. You have begun to believe. Now is the time to achieve. No more shrinking, no more asking for permission, no more bowing to the version of you that was built by doubt. Now you align with power, not fear. Now you lead with certainty, not circumstance. Now you act as if the universe already said yes, because in truth it has. Every step forward is your agreement with that yes. Every moment of faith is proof that you are tuned to the frequency of greatness. And greatness, it doesn't whisper, it commands. It says, rise, risk, reach. This is your call. This is your commission. This is your confirmation. So breathe deep, stand tall, and remember, the dream is already yours. The road is already made. And the only thing left is to walk it. Act without fear. Move like the universe already said yes, because it did. And now you do. Live it. Speak it. Become it. It's done. If this message touched something in you, even just a little, help us share this frequency. Subscribe to our channel and send this video to someone who matters to you, because no one awakens alone. And the light you found here might be the light someone else has been waiting for. Thank you.